Good evening, everyone. For those who don't know who we are the
Illuminati. Now, what we're going to talk to you is about cosmetic surgery. So what is cosmetic surgery, you may ask? Cosmetic surgery is basically the same as plastic surgery. However, there's no medical benefits to it. It's purely for aesthetic purposes.
So now you have a rough idea on what cosmetic surgery might be. We'll be talking about the aspects of ethical issues, social concerns, and also cultural relatives.
So as we all know, everyone is either a Unitarian or a deontologist. So let me give you a brief summary on a Unitarian perspective. A Unitarian is a person who has a pro-choice mentality and they choose to live by the choices that they make.
Whereas for a deontologist, they live by a code of law and they tend to rationalize things before doing them. As such, there is a strict set of laws that affect the choices that they make,
So there are 5 points on ethical thinking on cosmetic surgery.
which we will elaborate. People in general should have the freedom to make their own choices on how they live their lives, as long as no one else is hurt in the process. For example, doctors should provide patients with information about the procedures involved in cosmetic surgery and other alternatives before undergoing aesthetic surgery. Beneficence is the concern of medical practitioners to uphold their professional ethics and that a doctor's judgment is in the best interest of the patients. This is because some patients might be suffering from BDD, which causes severe dissatisfaction with the way they look. As such, doctors might perform unrequired plastic surgeries on those imperfections, which will result in the patient never finding satisfaction with how they look.
A non-beneficent practice is the practice of doing no harm to the patients. For instance, patients with serious health issues may experience surgical complication when general anesthesia is being administered. One example would be Marilyn Liz, who is unable to close both of her eyes after going through cosmetic surgery. Some ethical issues requires a doctor to reject operating on patients with unrealistic expectations if the risk outweighs the benefits. Also, we are generally affected by what we see around us and the media. It is the widespread of media and open advertising of plastic surgery that has influenced many of us. So from this advertisement by Dr. Kim, a plastic surgeon, who has cleverly used Michelangelo's painting on the creation of Adam. So all you gotta do is to press the elevator button, which will lead you to the clinic. You will be reborn again. Lastly, as the emotional and physical maturity of adolescent patients have yet to form, therefore, pre-operative assessment and counselling are needed.
Cosmetic surgery over the past decade has significantly risen, and this may partly be caused by the way these procedures are being viewed by society. With the media being a very effective platform to influence its users, they have helped to drive the trend, as they scramble to keep ahead of the digital technology, which not only exposes their physical flaws, but any attempts to remedy them. Hence, many people have followed suit in order to look perfect through the eyes of others. In America, between the years 92 and 99, the number of cosmetic procedures done in the United States and Canada had risen 175%, and in 2011, 3.11 million procedures were performed in the United States alone.
If one decides to go through cosmetic surgery, then why not go through with genetic therapy, as it will alter their looks and the looks of their future generation. This is against the value and moral grounds of society, as it will result in future generations looking less ethnic. For example, it will make an Asian and a European looking more and more similar. In South Korea, cosmetic surgery is a normal thing to do, as at a very young age it's become a social norm. Many teenagers undergo cosmetic surgery from their parents as a form of gifts and presents. And this mentality is a conflicting thought, as in traditional Korea, tampering with the body bestowed by one's parents is a violation of Confucian's principle. In our modern and vibrant city, our society has become more acceptance towards cosmetic surgery, as the people who went through cosmetic surgery is considered high among other first world countries. There are, however, countries whose foundations are built on faith and their cultural beliefs are intertwined with their society, deeming it unacceptable for society to go through cosmetic surgery.
There might be risks in cosmetic surgery, as there may be post-surgery side effects.
So we'll be talking about cultural relativism, and for my part, I'll be for plastic surgery, and I will be against plastic surgery. According to CNN, Korea has one of the highest number of plastic surgeries in the world, and they are also known as the plastic surgery capital. Koreans have an obsession with plastic surgery. Almost 1 out of 5 women have actually undergone a form of plastic surgery on their face. It's very common for Koreans to go for plastic surgery. Instead of asking about each other's shopping experiences, most of them will ask which surgeon did they go. Did you know at just the tender age of just 16 years old, one can actually go for plastic surgery? The most common type of surgery would be double IUD. In fact, Korean parents are pressuring their children into getting plastic surgery. Why is this so? This is because they believe that with better looks, they stand a better chance of getting hired, employed, or getting a salary raise. Lately, there's also been an increasing number of Singaporeans going for this kind of cosmetic surgeries. Our neighboring countries such as Thailand are also known for the high number of plastic surgeries. About 95% of Thailand's population is made up of Buddhists. And in Buddhism, they believe that as long as you do not get into the way of others or harming anyone, there is no reason to object plastic surgery.
There are some people who are against plastic surgery, such as Islam. The body given to us is a trust given by Allah. All types of plastic surgery is haram, can be called as unlawful in Islam also, especially in the aspect of beautifying oneself, such as making the nose sharper or making the breast look more bigger or smaller in their aspect to what they prefer. The purpose of the surgery is to change the creation of Allah and tinker with society, whims and desires. In the hadith, it states that Allah cursed those women who tattoo themselves, remove hair from their faces, and those who make spaces in between their teeth to beautify themselves. In such way, they change the features that are given by Allah. The general reason that are accepted by Allah is birth defects and also accidents. For example, if there's an accident and you are involved in it, such that your face are defects, like for example your nose, you are able to do a plastic surgery for it. And now, let's watch the opinion of the public perspective.
I think actually cosmetic surgery is like it's not very good because people start to have impressions of themselves, like they think that they are not good enough.
Okay, I get that some people would probably be very unhappy with how they look lah. So for that, I would respect if they wanted to change like their facial features maybe, or like they thought they would look better. Then I guess like if it really made them happier, then I guess they should go for it.
I think it's wrong to some extent because I mean, if you're born with something, you should make the best out of it. But I think that sometimes being unique is something that makes us human as well.
No, I won't go through cosmetic surgery because being a Catholic, I'm not allowed to change my looks because I should be like happy with what God has given me.
Personally, no, but that's because I'm quite happy with the way I look.
I don't think I would because one, the money could be better used for something else like studies or basically investments.
No, honestly.
Okay.
It has changed the way how perfect it's supposed to look like from time to time.
I think cosmetic surgery basically makes the younger generations like your daughters, your nieces and whatnot, and sometimes even men themselves think that their own body type is not normal. It makes them think they are segregated and that they are not something that is accepted from society or accepted by society, and that they have to change themselves and conform to society's rules.
Other people might also like feel that it's acceptable. So like more and more people will like go through cosmetic surgery and they might think that it's right to have cosmetic surgery and so it becomes a social norm.
I think it kind of makes society a little more judgmental because I mean everyone has very different opinions about it, and then when you see someone who has done cosmetic surgery like out on the streets, people just go like, I don't know, they just get very like unhappy even though it doesn't affect them, and I think that can have a very negative impact on the person who did cosmetic surgery themselves.
One ethical impact will probably be in jobs. Like appearance matter more than what you could do.
I suppose there are a lot of different things to consider about it. Like from a religious aspect, people would say that like maybe you're being unhappy with the looks that God gives you, so for them morally it wouldn't be correct. But for some others, I guess it's maybe from like a utilitarian perspective. I guess maybe if it just makes you happy and that's all you can consider, I guess that would be the best course of action to take lah.
Ethical impacts maybe one might go against their own religion. Catholics might feel that, because after becoming a social norm, people usually think that it's right, and then after that, they might lead to people going against their own moral values, and then it can become controversial.
I'm not very religious, but in like some of the religion, it's not like they don't condone it. I feel like it's fine.
Now that you guys have a better insight on plastic surgery,
Now let's pose this question to you.
Would it be against your moral judgment if your significant other went through with cosmetic surgery?